Good morning and welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. Kay Free and Chris Free are your host and your co-hosts this morning, and we have a lot to talk about today.
We've got a busy show today.
We do, and I'll just tell you real quick, don't change the channel because we have Rusty on from First Baptist. It's going to talk about the recreational program that they have.
Yes.
And then we have Kevin Brooks, who's going to talk to us about some taxes and things that are going on in the state. And then we have Jim Welch, who will be here, and he's with the Salvation Army, and he's going to be talking to us about the Jingle Bell Jog. Now, I do well to walk.
Yes, I have.
So I won't be jogging.
I'll be educated about that. So
okay, and you and the children and Glenda and take the dog, and you all can jog. Is that good?
We will dog.
We'll all jog.
We'll keep the dog. We'll have to carry the dog. Bless its heart. It's not big enough to run, I don't think.
How much does she weigh?
She weighs 2.5 pounds.
Oh,
she's a little chihuahua.
Bit of weight.
Yeah. But she doesn't run
the smallest one in our family, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She doesn't run very fast.
Well,
she tries, but
does
it's
she
hard
try?
to,
I know. I noticed yesterday she was really able to come up and down the steps.
Oh yeah, she's getting there.
I know.
It's taking her time, but she's learning. She's learning. That's.
Well, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Well, what's happening in your life right now, Chris?
Well, getting ready for Thanksgiving coming up. We've got getting plans together for that, which we've got to get plans together. So, I mean...
you just said you were getting plans together. Are you going to cook? Or?
Yes, you are.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding. No. Well, we'll find something to eat.
I know. We always do, don't we?
We always get something made. That's right.
I know.
Right.
We usually always have a turkey and a ham.
That's right.
And bread. The boys love bread.
Yes.
So we usually have the bread right there on the table. And Thanksgiving is great. And Christmas is coming up real soon.
Christmas coming up. It's already in the stores. And,
I know.
And you went shopping, didn't you, over the weekend?
I did.
And a bus trip?
We took a bus. We have for several years taken a bus to Atlanta to shop, or to Nashville. This year we went to Atlanta. Had about 43 women, and we shopped all day. We left at 8 o'clock that morning, and a Saturday morning, and came back around 10:30 that night.
So none of the guys went with you?
No? We don't allow them in. We only take the credit card, the checks, and that's it.
Okay.
And we have a great time because some of them went to the movie, some of them went up for a massage, and and a lot of us just ate the whole time, from one place to the other. But it's always a delightful time. And
now, where'd you go shopping at?
We went to Mall of Georgia.
Mall of Georgia.
But we play bingo on the bus for gifts, and then we do we just have a good time.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It's really fun. And we have a lot of food on the bus, and it's something everybody looks forward to every year. We don't make any money. We barely break even, but that's what it's about.
Just having a good time. That's right.
We just have a good time. It's always fun when women get together. Men do not have friends like women do. Women get together and have a great time. Men get together and sit still and watch a ball game, right?
And have a good time. That's
call it a good time if you want. We have a good time.
It's all a matter of perspective, I guess.
I think the Bible says laughter's like a medicine, so you need to laugh a lot and not just holler and scream at football players, right?
Yeah. Well, some games I think lately have been pretty funny to watch. So
okay.
Depending on what fan you are, that's
okay.
So that's the way it's been going lately.
Okay, and then in your family, I guess Madeline is just
she finished up with Big River. Yes, they had their
last
performance.
That's her first production she's been in, right?
That's right, over at Lee, and that was a great production.
If
you got a chance to go see it, it was really nice to go see. And if not, next production they have over there, they really do a good job.
I know, and she didn't have a big part, but she was one of the choreographers and helped them learn the dances. And
yeah,
then was
she helped out a little bit with the dancing and was in the dancing herself on the stage, and she had a blast.
Well, I'm sure she did. She's a sophomore, and she got to mix with all those college kids there.
Yeah,
and what a treat for her.
And it was a good group of kids. I tell you, well, I call them kids, but I mean they're a good group of people over there that helped them out, and they just really, and for their age group, I mean there were several of them in there from high school that they took them in and just had a good time and let them have a good time with it, and really a uplifting experience for all of them.
Well, good.
So it was good.
I went to see Big River in New York several years ago, and Brian Green, if anybody remembers, went to Lee, and his parents lived here for a long time, and a friend of ours, and he was in it, and it was quite a production there, and it was nice just to go back and see it again and see the whole story and what they did, and Lee did a great job.
They did a very good job.
It wasn't New York, but it was.
They did really good. Well, Oliver sat through the whole thing, so that
Your
was pretty.
4-year-old, so
he sat through it twice, so
he's doing well.
He did well. If it kept his attention, it can keep anybody's attention for that long.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. And then of course Alex is still doing fencing.
Oh yes, every Wednesday night. down in Chattanooga. They have a fencing club down there, and it's really a neat sport. It's a lot of fun. It teach them really good sportsmanship and really a great sport for kids to get involved
If they
with.
don't get killed, it's okay.
No, well, you've got your protection on. Those swords they're not that sharp.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. Well, Cleveland is just booming with the mall being built and enlarging. And
We've got a new theater coming in over there, I believe.
I know.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, are we getting big time? A Publix coming in and some new restaurants?
Oh, I think so, yes.
Yeah, and Jenkins is going to change locations, I guess.
After how many years? Yeah, that'd be a new location.
They'll probably get the blues before they leave, leaving the dear
I'm
old
sure
place.
they'll have some big celebration before they leave, or the new place.
I know, and our office, my husband and I, when we first came to town, our office was there on Mouse Creek in that strip.
Cloverleaf Plaza is what it was called. Yes,
and then Jenkins came in, so it's kind of like Dr. McBride. We were all in there together several years ago, and it sort of feels like home, doesn't it?
Yes,
Just
it
like
does.
where we were home.
Yes.
And then you worked at Jenkins.
I worked there in high school and things, and out of high school for quite a few years.
I remember because when I'd make a sandwich at home, you'd tell me I didn't make it correctly, that I'm supposed to leave the lettuce sort of hang off of the bread.
That's right. Well, you got to make it look good and taste good, so that was part of the process
and you never
there.
have forgotten all that, have you?
No.
They
I still
taught you
take pride in
some
making a sandwich.
I know.
So.
He's great with that. Well, today we're going to talk to several of our guests, or we're going to talk to all of them, and we're looking forward to it. And we have Kevin Brooks coming right up after the break, and we'll be right back. Don't leave us.
Bye-bye.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock, right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
My friend Kevin, representative.
Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. And
Good morning.
Good morning. And our friend Kevin. And I said, Kevin, what are you? What do I say? And he said, You're my friend Kevin.
That's
so
my
my
f-
friend Kevin Brooks is here.
I'm so glad to hear that. That's
I know,
a great
and I'd
title.
rather be your friend than you be my
I
representative.
always tell people my favorite title is Kim's husband and Zach and Elizabeth's dad. That's the most important title.
I know, it really is.
Over
We laugh about it.
over there, they call you representative, but that's just because they don't know your name.
Oh, well, so everybody's
Yeah,
representative.
that's exactly right.
That's what I do. I call everybody honey or
It's
hey,
like church.
Hey, you.
Hey,
yeah.
Doc.
Yeah, if you don't know a name, you call everybody honey.
Exactly right.
I know. And at my age, I kind of do that
Your
every now
age.
and then. But
You guys look
anyway.
great, both of you.
Well, thanks.
At
He
this early
should.
in
He's
the
much
morning.
younger.
Well, okay. It's okay.
You
So how have
know?
you been?
I'm good.
Business is good. I heard your first segment. The town is growing, continues to grow.
Yes.
All this excitement, all this
Yes.
new stuff
Yes.
coming to town.
Yeah.
I'm excited
I
too.
have a lot of houses to sell.
That's exciting.
I know it is.
It's good to hear about that.
And so if you're looking for a house to buy, call me. 718-6967 or call Chris. And Chris knows his phone number. I don't.
961-8095 is my phone number.
He almost
love
didn't
it.
know
I almost
because
forgot
he doesn't
myself.
call it very
Almost
often.
forgot myself.
I love
How
it.
about that? But anyway, Kevin, tell me what's going on in Nashville.
It's busy, you know.
Because it's going to affect me in
It
Cleveland.
will affect you in Cleveland, and I'm thrilled that Cleveland, my friends and neighbors, asked me to go and represent them. I love to talk to schools. I'll be at Arnold School this week. I was at 2 schools today, and a 5th grader, Kay, if you don't mind me telling the story, said, "What
That's
does
okay.
what does a representative do?" Well, I wasn't prepared for that. No one gave me talking
You don't
points.
know, do you?
And I thought for a moment, what does a representative do? And I said, do you know what the mail person, the mail carrier does? And she said, yes. And I said, that's exactly what I do. Your moms, your dads, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles give me the mail. They give me a message of what they want. I take that message to Nashville, then I bring it home. I said, so I'm just like the mail carrier. And they thought, oh, okay. So in January the 8th, we're going to go up the second Tuesday of 12 noon, and we'll thankfully get sworn in. There are 18 new freshmen. We have 70 new people, or 70 people total in the House.
Is that a high new number for being
Well,
new?
70 Republicans of the 99. We've never had a supermajority like that.
Ooh.
18 of those 70 are brand new, and that is high. But it's great. It's new. It's fresh.
Fresh ideas.
We really expect to get a lot done. And Tennessee, like you said about Cleveland, is really on a forward momentum. For the first time since the Civil War, we'll have Republican House, Republican Senate, Republican governor. We really won't have an excuse to not be able to work together and get things done, like lowering taxes. I know that's something very important to you.
Oh, yes.
Continuing to lower the food tax, which the new Publix coming to town.
Yes.
All of our other local grocers will be involved with that. So we really have a lot on our plate. As a matter of fact, we're getting together this November in Nashville to sort of get our game plan. What we don't want to do is not be ready. The Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. And we have been given a super majority in both chambers. Ron Ramsey, Lieutenant Governor, calls it a super duper majority. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
Well, and probably no gridlock there because you can get things passed. Let me ask you, you said something about food tax. Are we looking at taking away the taxes on food?
You know, we're looking at giving it an additional decrease.
Okay.
What we did last session, we call it the 107, the 107th Congress, we said these are the taxes we want to look at when we presented our budgets to the governor. He 100% agreed on the death tax. He 100% agreed on the inheritance taxes, which were really making it difficult for families in Tennessee to stay here, to keep their family farms, to keep their family businesses, to keep their family real estate if someone passed away. And he agreed 100%. Where he said we've got to stop a little bit is on the food tax. We got about half of what we wanted. And the compromise, like you said, the way to avoid gridlock was we'll do a little bit in the 107th, and God willing, enough of us come back in the 108th in January,
more.
and we're going to do another cut to the food tax. Could we eliminate it? It would be very costly. I had another tax. People think we're a tax-free state. They call us an no income tax state, but there is one. If your income bracket is high enough, there's a Hall income tax. It was written in 1931. I get emails that people say, I hate that Hall tax you did. Well, I wasn't here in 1931. None of us were. And
Thank goodness. I was almost here.
Thank goodness. No. But that's one tax I would love to get rid of. But the governor said, Kevin, I agree. But where are you going to find the $180 million
That it brings
in the budget to replenish that? you can't bring me a tax cut without some kind of a revenue generator. And I said, let me get back to you on that. So thankfully we have a lot of industry coming in, and hopefully that will.
Well, I listen to a lot of talk show.
Good.
I'm a news
Good
person. And I was listening the other day, and he was telling people, move to a state that does not have an income tax.
That's
a
us.
state tax. And we're one of, what, about 5 or 6 out there. And I thought, and he said, that's where we're going to be another Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
If you will move to an area that does not have state income tax over these in the next little while, with all the tax reform that's coming in, that you will be far better off. And with the industry coming into this area, they say we will be another Silicon Valley eventually.
I've heard that we will be the Tennessee Silicon Valley
Yes.
Of the East.
Yes.
And that we are really poised. Again, there was a lot of debates. I'm glad the election's over. I'm kind of ready to get on with our lives. But there was a lot of debates during the elections about jobs.
Yes.
And I would always tell folks, it's not government's responsibility to create jobs. That's not what we do.
No.
We create the environment for Kay and Chris Free
To create
to
jobs.
build your businesses
Yes.
to create jobs. So that's what we're supposed to be doing.
And we've always had small business.
Yes.
And so I understand where it's never large enough that we couldn't control anything. But I understand when they start putting all those new taxes. We were in a state before moving here, and in doctor's offices, the amount that a patient is charged, you don't always get all that money in the office. If you've ever been in healthcare, it may be for $1,000 and you might get $63 of it. Well, in that state, we had to pay taxes on the $1,000.
The full amount.
The full amount.
Not the reimbursed.
Not the reimbursed. We had to count.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that was some more tax.
Costly,
When we
sure.
came to Cleveland, that was that was one of the reasons we wanted out of the state
So
where
let
we were in.
me just regroup. Moving to Tennessee was a pay raise for your business.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Makes
It was
sense.
for our family.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Yeah.
you for that
But you
endorsement.
think about all the monies that they write off.
It's true.
And you don't deduct those things from your income tax.
No, you don't.
So you're just out there.
Well, we really do have sort of the challenge before us. There's a lot of things coming down the pike that we're watching
Yes.
very closely, especially having to do with Medicare, having to do with taxes, having to do with Obamacare. We're watching it very closely. We, in the next few weeks, are going to have to make a very large decision. Emphatically, I don't support the plan as it is right now coming out of Washington. What we've got to do is see how Tennessee can either mesh with or change. There's a number of people that want us to pull out. I've gotten the first emails ever. We need to secede as a state, and it's a growing concern. We live in a great part of the country.
We do.
And Tennesseans have stepped up for generations. That's why they call us the volunteers. And there's a lot of Tennesseans that say we need to step up or step out.
Well, I guess on the news yesterday, they were speaking of 30 Republican governors now. After the election, there's 30.
That's correct.
And that several of them are getting together.
That's correct.
To work together on how to.
We're watching it very
Yes.
closely.
Okay, and you're watching that group and see
Every
what's
day.
going on every day.
Every day.
I mean, I could mention states that they mentioned, but I'll just refrain from that right now. But what is it going to do to Medicaid? Is it going to affect that part? And I'm on
Yeah.
Medicare, so I get concerned about.
Are you
the
sure?
Medicare.
You're not old enough to
Oh
be
yeah,
on Medicare.
yeah. I've been on it for quite a while.
It's actually two different versions. There's actually a version that's going to affect all of us, all Americans who are working, who either have insurance or don't have insurance. And then if you do qualify for the Medicare, Medicaid, if you're at that age bracket where you automatically qualify, that's yet another change that's coming down. It's actually two different tracks that we're having to watch both very closely. Are we going to opt in? Are we going to opt out? The word exchange is being tossed around. Are we going to become a part of an exchange with the federal government? I'm a very simple Republican-minded person. I don't think the federal government is better at anything than we are here in our state.
No.
I really don't think that we need to sort of sign off on it. I think we should do our own plan, which is one of the options that we can just sort of do our own. People get nervous about that, but you think back when Governor McWhorter implemented the TennCare plan. We were
Yes.
one of the first states
Yes.
ever and it worked well. Did we have to tweak it and fine-tune it in the last 10 years? Yes. Were there too many people on it that shouldn't have been? Yes.
And that's always going to be the case.
Always going to be the case, but right now it seems to be working. And by the way, we did that ourselves. That's why they call it TenCare.
Well, that has been something that I've thought about. And then, do we want to talk about what a lot of people have talked about, the real estate tax?
Sure, I'm happy to.
Okay, go ahead and explain that.
I did my homework because you sent me that email. And asked me
did.
about
I sent a message to you.
Well,
didn't
and
I?
it was apparently going around the Keller Williams. I saw a number of emails about it.
Yes.
And I was happy to ask people much smarter than I am in Nashville. I said, let's do some research. Not everyone's going to have to pay that tax. The emails that were circulating indicated we're all going to have to pay it 100%, no questions asked. Again, it's going to be a tiered system depending upon your income level, depending upon the date of the sale, pre-2013, post-2013, and then the amount of the sale. There's going to be a different threshold to meet.
Yes.
Some people will pay no tax, none whatsoever. Some will pay a portion, some will pay all of it, 3.8%. So again, we're watching it very closely. We're doing all we can in Nashville to reduce the amount of taxes. We send too much to government. Chris, I think you would agree.
Oh,
we
yes.
send too much of our paychecks right now. I don't want to send one dime more than we have to Nashville, and that's much more so to Washington.
Well, I just know that a lot of people are concerned. Real estate, and of course, that's where I work and that's where I get a paycheck. And we don't need anything else to bog it down more. We need something that's going to expand it and give people the opportunity to buy and own their own home. There's nothing like owning your own home, or it used to be that way.
It's true.
You know,
It's
and
the American
if
dream.
they keep going, it's going to be better to rent, I think.
Well, I would say, Kay, your email to me asking, is this correct, Kevin, is probably the best thing you could ever do. And I would encourage all of your listeners this morning, I would encourage everyone, if you have a question like that, contact your state representative, state senator, and contact your federal U.S. congressmen and U.S. senators. These kinds of questions that we hear from our voters, not from other people in elected office, not from lobbyists, the people that we go to church with and that we go to eat with on Sunday afternoon and that you see at the grocery store, when you get an email from that person in Cleveland, Tennessee, it gets my attention.
Well, it's just been something that I have been really concerned about, and I'm older but I have Chris and I have grandchildren, and I just don't want them to be bogged down with all these taxes and
either.
Work every day and come home with little pay.
That's why we killed the death tax, killed the inheritance tax for your grandkids.
I know, and I thank you for that. I appreciate that, and. It's been so nice to have you, Kevin.
Thanks.
I hope you have learned something today. I have.
Have.
Have you learned? Well, good.
I've learned a
Good. And if you have questions, contact Kevin. He'll be happy to get back with
Happy
you.
to.
And I have started this year, I had never before, but emailing Alexander and Lamar
right.
and all of them, and I just send it to them. You know,
And-
if I don't believe in it, I think, what can it hurt?
We can't deliver the mail to Nashville unless we get the mail from you.
That's right. And thank you again, Kevin, for
pleasure.
taking time out today to
My
be
pleasure.
here. And we're going to have you back, because when some of these happen,
Great.
let me know, okay?
Call anytime.
I'll do it. And we'll be right back. Don't change the channel, because we're coming back.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Hello, I'm Bill Odom.
Hi, and I'm Tammy Odom.
We want to invite you to join us on Joyous Living Today for interviews, testimonies, and gospel music by special guests and Dixie Sunshine.
Right here on WTNB, Sundays at 4 p.m. and Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Jesus, Jesus, the light of the world.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Hi there, and welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. We're here with Rusty Isbell with First Baptist Church.
Yes, sir.
And you are the recreational minister.
That's correct.
Is that correct? All right. Just call me Chris, Lord, not sir. And that's right. That's right. And Rusty, we just finished up. Alexander and Oliver just finished up with Upward Soccer that we have there, and just a great program. And tell us how did you get started with the Upward Soccer program there?
Well, when I came to First Baptist Church, Upward Soccer was something that they were already doing. I had done it many years prior to that, so it was a great hand and opportunity to be able to come in and continue that great ministry that had been in our community, been in at First Baptist for many, many years. Recreation's a great passion of mine. I was the child in elementary school that always got A's in physical education, and I was the child that always got the little reports that Rusty talks too much in class, or Rusty socializes too much, or Rusty's worried about the concerns of others. I went back just a few months ago and pulled out those little report cards and showed them to my mom, said, "Mom, that's exactly what I do now. You know, I'm a minister."
That's right.
And so I have to be with people, and I have to care about people. And what it is, recreation is just one of those elements, and Upward Soccer is under the umbrella of sports ministry, which is just another opportunity there. This year in Upward Soccer, we had about 360 plus children.
Wow.
We had 100 coaches, volunteer coaches, 52 teams, and great practices. One practice once a week on a Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, and then that 1 hour game on Saturday. So it was an incredible season.
Well, that's great. You had 100 volunteer coaches.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
And, cross-denominational, we had close to 92 churches, besides folks that were just from our community that fed into our Upward Soccer ministry.
That's great. I mean, to get everybody involved, that's
amazing.
That's amazing.
You know, and it's great. It's about the kingdom. It's not about First Baptist. It's about the kingdom. And a lot of our coaches caught that vision, and so it was exciting.
Well, what impresses me with the Upward program and watching you and with basketball, your son has played basketball with Alex, and watching you then interact there in soccer and so forth, is that your compassion for the children and you're interested in them, and there's always a smile.
Yes, ma'am.
And the children and our kids, they can't wait to get there. You know, they want to be there to play, and they're neither one ever going to get a scholarship for sports, most likely. But the fun and the interaction with good parents and good kids and good spirit around is just awesome.
We just want them to play,
and that's what they do.
Have a great time.
No pressure.
We want to start on time to honor the parents, their time, or your commitments that you have outside of us. We don't want to dictate your time. Come, we start on time, we have a great game, they play. You know, in Upward Soccer, we don't even keep standings. If you win, you lose, That's, hey, great. You played great. See you see you at practice this week and game next Saturday, because we want children to have a great time to play. You know, Coach Yates from Cleveland Middle School said it once before that, but by the time many athletes get to them in middle school, they may be great athletes, but they're done because they've had a rough situation in other scenarios. Our whole idea is we want them to play to experience the joy of playing, and then go on home, enjoy your family together, and come back and join us again.
Well, I think about Oliver, who's 4, and this was his first year. And you know, his team would be down here on the soccer field playing. He's out here flying around like a bird, but no one ever says anything. It's, Oliver, come on, we're playing on this end, and he just goes right with them. But the experience has been awesome. He has loved it.
Yes,
and he would get really upset when Alex got the first game. You know, if his time was early and his was later,
Right.
he wanted to play.
Right.
But I just think it's awesome the way you do it, and you introduce them to Christ and to the Christian way of life and sportsmanship.
Yes, ma'am.
You know?
Sportsmanship is great. We have a great thing that we want them to respect authority. As with my boys being 13 and 12 now, soon to be 13 also, they, if we can teach children to respect authority, meaning the referee that's on the soccer field, and realizing that the parents are key to that, respecting the authority. And it comes also from the coaches, because a child's watching their parents, watching the coaches. And if they can respect that authority, that child learns to respect that authority. And there's a circle of affirmation that takes place. Someday when they turn 16, if they ever get stopped by the police, or hopefully they ever not break the law like that, they will understand that respect then, or even in the classroom with their teachers, or even take it home with their parents to have that respect for authority.
Well, they don't get that a lot of places
Yes, ma'am.
anymore. So it's great on the field. And the parents, you know, we cheer as much for the other team as we do our team.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we
That's
just want them
right.
all to win. We want them all to have a good experience. And I noticed, then you have, how many volunteers do you have of young people that volunteer out there on the
Well,
field?
I have a rec staff that helps
Yes.
out, and usually takes about 25 every soccer Saturday to handle what we do. And these are great middle school, high school, college students that have a love for Jesus Christ first and willing to serve in any capacity. And that's what makes it go so smooth. They are great folks, and they give me their heart every Saturday. I've got varsity football players that play Friday night and show up at 6:30, 7 o'clock Saturday morning to be there. Cheerleaders, folks involved in many other extracurricular activities that will meet with me at 7 a.m. to get things prepared for y'all to come through the gates at 9 a.m. and ready to go.
And the teenagers look forward to being old enough to be part of that program.
That's exactly
as long as they
right.
stand in line, do they
I've
not?
had players that have come up who've coached now,
Yes.
as well as are on my rec staff to help us do that. So it's a great
I
blessing.
know some of the teenagers. Well, Madeline, she said, you know, next year I'll be able to do that.
That's
I
right.
want to be
Yeah.
volunteer next
That's
year.
right.
And Colby, I know he wanted to be on there so much, and it's just a phenomenal program. Now, what's the next thing coming up? What's on your list now?
Well, we have just come off Upward Soccer, and so now we're changing seasons. And with seasons, we have multiple things related to our recreation ministry: outdoor ministry, wellness ministry, arts and crafts, Camp Cherokee, which is on Parksville Lake, 50-acre opportunity that we have through our ministry. We just closed that for the season to winterize that. And so through this season right now, we're into some outdoor ministry things, utilizing hunting and fishing as an opportunity to reach people. And so this is our verse. Let me share this I shared with you just a little bit ago.
Okay.
It's 1 Corinthians 9:22. And it says this: whatever a person is like, I try to find common ground with them, so that they'll let me tell them about Christ and let Christ save him. What I get to do is common ground. All those areas that I mentioned of ministry, men's ministry, also our First Touch parking, just a lot of different things. Camp Cherokee, it's about common ground, finding out how people love to play, and through that avenue of play, share Jesus Christ with them or encourage them with Christ. And so right now, the change of our season is taking us towards January with some adult church league sports. We have Upward Soccer. We're looking at doing a church league dodgeball. We're looking at doing adult church league basketball, as well as adult church league co-ed volleyball. So there's a lot of great things coming up at the change of the season, the first of the year. So.
Well, volleyball's a big thing right now, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of,
Well,
people are
it's-
interested in volleyball. And
It's a great family thing, husband and wife
yes.
to do it. We try to, again, our goal is, again, from the premise of Upward, yes, there's competition, but we want people to play, to laugh, experience joy, have a great time, go home without the burden of the competition or the burden of win-loss. You know, life's too short to be upset about a win-loss.
We need something without stress level.
Exactly right. And that's why we want people to play. That's why we do Church League, where other churches can be involved, can encourage folks that may be visiting with them at their church to get to know people in a personal way.
Well, I grew up in a minister's home.
Yes, ma'am.
And they would have a lot of competition, different things that they would have competition. I was never allowed to win because my dad was the pastor. So it didn't look really good if the pastor's daughter won. So I learned to play games or to interact in anything that it was competitive just for fun.
Yes, ma'am.
I never learned to do it to win.
Right.
And so I've always been able to play games and to interact with people and not feel bad if I don't win.
Right.
You know,
right.
I just want to, I want that interaction.
Yes,
I want that social part of it. I want that laughter. I want that fun and where you come out of it saying, that was great, the stress level's off, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed being with the people.
Well, and that's the whole thing about recreation, is to recreate. You know, what a great opportunity we can do that through the ministry that we have at our First Baptist Church, as well as encourage other churches to go do the same. That's what I love to do. I get to encourage so many other believers too, cross denominations, and so that's a great blessing of mine. It's something that I know I'm truly called to do.
And then we were talking just before we came on the air about the age span that you
Yes,
have access to and get to minister to, from the little ones all the way to the grandparents.
Yes, ma'am. It's an amazing opportunity on realizing that age difference. From the pre-K, kindergarten, from upward soccer, them trying to learn and understand what it is to take a ball and put it in the net, to this morning, our senior adult ladies health and fitness class led by Suzanne Kimball, meeting at our church and just trying to do something to keep range of motion and mobility and strength for those ladies. So it's a great gauntlet of just different opportunities there.
Well, you're doing an awesome job, let me tell you, and I can say for myself and for Chris's family that we have had an awesome experience with your programs, and the children have just thoroughly enjoyed it. And not only that, I thoroughly enjoy the popcorn and the biscuits, the Chick-fil-A biscuits on Saturday morning. But if you have a child that is not involved in, or yourself that's not involved in some type of activity and recreation and sports, call Rusty at First Baptist and talk to his staff and get involved, because there will be something for everyone.
There's always something.
And you don't have to go to First Baptist. You might end up there later, but that's not what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
It's about interacting with the people and getting people involved to have that type of life. So give him a call. You have a phone number you want to give at the church?
423-472-6222 is the Recreation Ministry office.
Okay, and thank you for being here today. You don't know what a privilege it has been to have you. We've been trying to get you on now for how long? And you've been so busy with the sports program, and so we caught you right in the middle of between.
Yes, ma'am.
So give him a call, and I'm telling you, your little ones will thoroughly enjoy it, and along with your larger ones.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Rusty, thank you again, and don't change the channel. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
All right.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock. Right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Hi, and welcome back. And our guest now is Jim Welch. He's with Salvation Army, and he's the social director. Is that right?
Social services.
Social services. Okay, we just had a social director, so now we're doing social services. But we've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on for Christmas with Salvation Army, right?
Yes, there is.
Are you all doing dinner for Thanksgiving this year?
Yes, we are.
Well, what time can I come by? Chris and I were just talking about what we were going to cook.
I'm not really sure the exact time Thanksgiving Day, but we are doing Thanksgiving there.
Okay, I was being funny with that a little bit. But they do Thanksgiving lunch or dinner on Thanksgiving for those that do not have family or needing food and need to go out and join. And I think last year they had so much food it was unreal, didn't they? So they don't run short on the food, and I understand it was very good. So that's just a little plug that I didn't intend to do there. But Jim, tell me what we're here for today. Jingle Bell Jog.
Yeah, here today I've been organizing the Jingle Bell Jog for the last 3 years. Get that up where everyone can see it. But about this will be the third year, but 2 years ago I had just moved to Cleveland, and my boss Ruthie Forgy doesn't mind asking you to do anything.
I know.
And she said, "Hey Jim, why don't you do a turkey trot or something? We need a fundraiser for Christmas time." And I was like, "Okay, I've never ran in a race before or anything like that, or planned an event, but I'll see what I can do." Well, we ended up at least moving it to Christmas because there was already a turkey trot in Chattanooga. But my wife, Zandra, which we were dating at the time, she helped me put it together, and we ended up having about 80 people there the first year. By some miracle of God, we ended up getting it all together, and it turned out great, and everybody had a great time. And then last year, we had about 125 people there.
So
now,
what's your goal for this year?
This year is 250. Okay. I'm hoping to have between 250 and 300 runners. We've done some different things. We moved the location. The last 2 years at Fletcher Park, it's been kind of muddy because Candy's Creek floods. And this year we decided to move it to the new Greenway up by Tinsley Park. It'll go from Tinsley Park down past Cooks and then back to Tinsley Park.
Okay.
And this is a flat and fast certified course. We've never had the course certified, which a lot of the competitive runners want to run on a certified course and have it professionally timed. So we're doing that, and we're trying to make it not only a fun run, but also a competitive run, so we'll draw more competitive runners to participate in it.
So you don't want me out there, right?
Oh yeah, we won't. No, we won't. We want everyone there. We have a 1 mile walk and a 5K.
Okay.
So we have something for everyone. We have family rates. We have individual rates. It's cheaper if you pre-register. Another thing we have this year that we hadn't had in the past.
Wait, let's talk about the rates. Tell me what we have.
Well, the rates, To pre-register for an individual is $20. It's $25 the day of the race.
Okay.
And to pre-register for a family, which is up to 4 T-shirts for the family, is $20 for an individual to walk. But for a family, it's $40 to pre-register.
And that's up to 4 T-shirts.
Then you get 4 T-shirts for the family rate,
Okay.
and that's to walk.
Okay.
We want to encourage families to come out because the Salvation Army, we're family oriented, and the T-shirts we have, everybody loves the T-shirts. You can see our logo on this poster here. This is our new Jingle Bell Jog logo that we had someone design for us last year, and that's on the T-shirts. And then we'll have our sponsors like you on the back of the T-shirts, and we're just going to have a lot of fun there this year too. We're going to have Christmas music playing. We're going to have door prizes, drawings. We have beautiful trophies that we give away, nice big trophies for first, second, and third overall, male and female and youth. We have medals for each age bracket, a lot of different things going on there. And we didn't have that last year and the year before. We didn't have medals, we didn't have age brackets. We just did first through third overall, male and female, and then youth. So this year we're having more medals and we'll have more winners. And but I think when you come out and support the Salvation Army, everybody's a winner.
Absolutely. They do so much for so many.
The purpose of this race is to help raise money to provide funds for those that are needy for their electrical and utilities over the harsh winter months. And that's what I do at the Salvation Army anyway, is I do social services, and we have so many people calling, single mothers with little kids and families with kids, and that their electricity's been cut off or it's about to be cut off, and they're in a panic. They don't know what to do. And we help them with that along with other organizations in the community.
And some months you run a little bit short, don't you?
Yes, we do. Every month we run short.
By the end of the month.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even last close to the end of the month. There's so much need here. I read an article in the paper the other day that said from January to September, there were over 3,000 people had their electricity cut off here in Cleveland. That's just for Cleveland utilities. So the need is great.
It's also a number, isn't it? We fail to think about that. But we see it in other areas, but we fail to think about it right here locally.
Great need. A couple of weeks ago, a young lady came in. She had a 4-month-old baby, and she was crying, and she said, I don't know what to do. My electricity's been cut off. It was cut off yesterday. I stayed at my mom's last night, and I got her back there in the office, and I was really at the end of my budget, but I just couldn't turn her away. And I said, come on back here. And I talked to her, and we got her bill taken care of. And then she had some other things going on in her life that were eating at her. And I got some ladies that work with me, a couple of ladies, to come in and talk to her and pray with her, and we all prayed for her. And she had a different countenance when she left. She came in despair and hopeless, and she left there with hope and a smile on her face, and she had a beautiful little baby girl. But I come across those kind of situations all the time.
All the time. How much money do you think that you want to raise, or do you have a budget on that for this year? And
well, last year we raised right at $2,500, so I'd also like to double that this year and raise $5,000.
And if you can't go run, just go give them a donation. You'll take that too, right?
Oh yeah.
I know. They've never turned one down. I can tell you that.
Another thing that let me get this poster up again. You can pre-register at www.csarmy.org. We have a website this year. The Cleveland Jingle Bell Jog website is linked to our Salvation Army, and that's csarmy.org.
Okay.
And you go on there and hit the link that says Jingle Bell Jog. It'll take you to our website, and you can get all the information and pre-register and pay online. Last year you could pre-register online, but you couldn't pay.
Now you can pay.
So I have a friend of mine named Josh Brewer designed this website, and it's awesome this year. And you can go on there and pay and have everything taken care of before you get to the race. All you have to do is sign the waiver, and you're ready to go.
Okay, you were talking about what it costs for the walkers, the one that will be walking. Now then, what is the cost for the runners? is that a different fee?
Well, no, actually the walkers and the runners is the same
It's
price.
all the same thing,
$20 to pre-register, $25 the day of race.
Okay.
The race is December 1st on a Saturday at Tinsley Park.
But the family plan is for walkers.
The family plan is for walkers only.
Okay,
If you
that's
run, we don't have a family rate for the 5K.
Okay.
It's just for walking.
Okay.
So each person that enters the 5K gets a T-shirt, and for each family that walks, it's $40, and up to 4 people can get a free T-shirt.
Well, I'm not going to walk, but I sure do want a T-shirt.
Yeah, I tell you how
And the
good.
reason I don't walk, it's not that I don't like to walk. I just can't physically do it.
Right.
But I might make it a few feet, and then I'm out of there.
Well, you're a sponsor of the race, so we'd love to have more sponsors. If you want to sponsor this race, that would be awesome.
Well, I did last year. He told me I did last year, and he called me, and I said, "What is this?" And he said, "Remember, you did it last year." I said, "Okay, I'll do it again this year." So I always, when I can, sponsor things like that because it's going to help those. None of us know when we might need something at some point in our lives.
That's right.
No one is exempt, and all of our families are not exempt. So I just feel like if it's been given, you have it to share some. Now, I'm not with Obama on sharing all that I make in taxes, but I am at a point where you voluntarily support, and it's your choice to help those people in need. There's not a better feeling.
No, and when you bless and walk in God's blessings, just like on the way here today, I stopped to get a Coke Zero at a convenience store right over near our office, and I got here a while ago, and I was taking some keys out of my pocket and things like that and setting them on the counter, and I felt my back pocket and my wallet wasn't there. And I said, "Oh Lord," I thought, where was the last place I was at? I was at a convenience store. So I was like, "Lord, where's my wallet?" I had to leave it there on the counter. So I went and got the phone book just now and called, and I said, "Hey, I was just over there, bought a Coke Zero. I work across the street from you at the Salvation Army. I left my wallet." He said, "Yeah, I've got it right here." I mean, that's a blessing there.
You better believe
to
it
leave
is.
it to leave your wallet on Emmons Street on a counter at a convenience store and it still be there.
God's good, isn't he?
Yes,
all
is.
the time.
That's right.
All the time. But then with the Jingle Bell Jog, I know we're doing that and we're promoting that mainly today. But then we also have the Angel Tree that's there, and so if you're wanting, and most of you are familiar with the Angel Tree, and that's gifts that you buy for people that do not have or children that do not have for Christmas. Be sure and call them about that or go by and check on it. And then, of course, we have the bell ringing and
yeah, we got all kind of things going on. My boss,
right now.
Ruthie Forgy Sergeant Forgy wanted me to add something for her.
Go ahead.
We need red kettle captains.
Okay.
For the bell ringers. The kettle captains, what they do is you actually take a day like a Saturday.
Like I have.
And you have 11 hours that day, and you get 11 different people to work 1 hour ringing bells, or you get 5 people to do 2 hours, however you want to work it out. You get volunteers to help that day, and that just raises so much more money. When you have people out there in groups, families, like Xandra and I are going to do it, and she's going to have our grandkids, and some of her nieces and nephews are going to take turns, and it's just a fun time.
I don't have a Saturday, but I have a Thursday on the 13th of December, I believe it is, and Keller Williams is going to be working that day, and I have my hours already set. Chris has his hours set, and I will ring for Rotary because I belong to Rotary, and I'll probably ring also for the ladies ministry at Mount Olive because we ring. But it's a great thing. If you've never done that, it's really, really fun, and I enjoy it. The first time I did it, I thought, oh, I'm not sure that I want to do this, but I will try. I had such a delightful day, and last year I couldn't wait to get out and ring the bell again. And you meet so many people that you haven't seen for a while, and I did Walmart last year, I believe, and Hobby Lobby one year, and different ones. But it's a great thing. If you've never done that, call. If you want to call me or call Salvation Army, I'll get you in touch with Salvation Army. But
here's Sergeant Ruthie Forgy's phone number.
Okay.
Her cell phone number is 423-304-9281.
You want to give that one more time while they were looking for their pencil and paper?
Ruthie Forgy, cell phone number 423-304-9281. And a bell in a volunteer's hand is more than a bell. It's a hot meal for someone that is hungry, a warm blanket for someone who is cold, utility assistance for families in need, and emergency shelter for those in a difficult situation. Now, we use this money throughout. The money we raise at Christmas is a tremendous amount of our budget, and we use this money all year long to help those in need and do all the things we do. The Angel Tree program that's going on right now, they've just been signing up. They've had families coming in for the last 3 weeks signing them up. Last year we had over 500 children that this community helped to buy gifts for their Christmases. And we'll have more than that this year. And the Angel Tree is at Kmart at the Bradley Square Mall. That's where you go to pick your angel off the tree and go buy their Christmas gifts for them. We're also going to have Angel Tree distribution. We can have volunteers to help with Angel Tree distribution. We'll have a Cookies with Santa at the mall that we do every year. Bell ringing's starting in full force, and after Thanksgiving that's when it really kicks in at Walmart and everywhere. But we already have bell ringers out. We have the Jingle Bell Jog coming up. We usually have a community choir concert. This is our busiest time of the year, so we're getting
something for
cranked
everyone.
up.
Something for everyone. And remember that they need you, and they need dollars, and they need volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free and do something for someone else this year. Give someone else a Christmas gift, and that's of your time. Give your time as a Christmas gift this year to help someone else. And I look forward to ringing the bell. And I thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I just want everyone to know that Salvation Army does a great work, and we invite you to be part of it. Chris, I want to talk to you for just a minute before we leave today, and we're going to talk about real estate. If you have a house to sell or one to buy, or you want to buy one, call Chris or call me, and we'll be more than happy to assist you and give you the greatest service you've ever had. We have been doing this for quite some time, and we delight in it. I have a lot of listings and a lot of things that I'd like to sell.
A lot of new things coming up.
So, you want to tell them about our website real quick?
Yes, the website is www.chrisfreekw.com, or it's www.kfree.com. And you can reach us there, and let's
Your
see.
phone number?
Number is 423-961-8095, and then you reach Kay at
718-6967. And Jim, we've done all that, and when they buy houses, then I'll help share with, I do that. I
Yes,
share
you
with
do.
Salvation Army and try to help as many people as I can.
We appreciate you.
But thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having
me. It's been a privilege and short notice at that, wasn't it? I'm not one that schedules way out. I schedule kind of short notice, but you have been
I'm ready
so kind.
in season and out.
I know. Well, and that's kind of the way I feel about life,
That's right.
whatever comes up. But anyway, it's been our privilege this morning to be with you, and you have a great week and a great day today, and enjoy, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.